Hey, it's your girl Ashley, aka ThaWidow, and I have an update for you guys today about Toby Emmerich and the power shifts over at Warner Brothers Discovery. Last week we got the information coming to us that Toby Emmerich would be stepping down as the chief operator of Warner Brothers Discovery. Now that Zaslav has come in since the merger of Discovery and Warner Brothers, and originally he was going to be able to stay in that position, but Zaslav told him that he would not be over the DC studios and the DC animation properties, and for him that was not something that he was willing to give up. So instead he chose to step down, and now will be going back into a more producer role for Warner Brothers. And so according to Variety here, Toby Emmerich was spotted having lunch with Pam Abdy and Michael DeLuca, and we know that from reports that the two of them are going to be coming over to head up of Warner Brothers Studios in a little bit lesser role than Toby Emmerich had, because they also will not be over the DC studios and the animation portion here. But they also are very hopeful that hopefully they will have that input. The three of them were spotted at the Polo Lounge, which is a restaurant where a lot of high power executives go to make deals. And so it was kind of like this public display of like camaraderie of them all getting along. Like, we can all get along. We're all here. We're all happy. One big happy group, right? So the three of them were spotted having lunch. And then we also know that Zaslav is still looking for his wonderful my guy, his own Kevin Feige, right? Zaslav, as he's, understanding and getting into this film world, this film gig, as you so will it, he is really kind of like leaning on Bob Iger and the CAA head, Brian Lauder, hoping that they can kind of help him and guide him in the right way and help shape this studio. And we also know that he is in talks with former Disney chief and Warner Brothers leader Alan Horn about becoming a consultant here. And we know that Walter Hamada is still the current president of DC Films, but his future is really not very. We're not really sure. Is he gonna be able to stay in that position? His contract is until 2023, so he is safe until then. But Zaslav believes that DC, article, so I'm reading this from the article, not paraphrasing here, says he is frustrated that its cinematic output has been inconsistent and that there hasn't been sufficient long-term planning in terms of rolling out sequels and follow-ups to popular films. Supporters of Hamada believe that the executive hasn't received enough credit. Under his leadership, he has, shout out Aquaman and the Batman, and once we see what happens with Black Adam and a lot of these, and the Flashpoint film, and a lot of these other films that are coming from Warner Brothers, maybe if those films are able to catch on and do well, maybe his job will be safe. But he's been, he has some wins, and hopefully maybe they'll give him a little bit more of a chance to like stay there and to prove himself. And I think that Black Adam and some in the Flashpoint film and Shazam and maybe Aquaman and Aquaman 2, I think that all of these films here, if they do well, Walter Hamada might still have a job. We'll have to see. But Zaslav might say, hey, new people all around, regardless of how those films do, right? So we'll have to see what his plans are in the future. We also know whoever takes over this division, we have, like, what's going to happen with Henry Cavill and Henry Cavill's Superman, and who played, Superman in Man of Steel and in other films. He is getting a lot older, and people are concerned with him aging out of the role. So the studio, feels like it's crunch time. They've got to do something quick, right, with this Superman stuff. It's crunch time. It's time to perform. It's an all or nothing. We got to make it or break it, right? Ta-Nehisi Coates. We don't know, is that film going to happen? Is that still something that they're going forward with? Are they going to scrap that and start all over again? We don't know. Zaslav is really determined, and he wants these DC films to be successful and viable, and to really bring in the audience and make that money. We know that Zaslav is not playing games here. And you know what? The Rock is right. The hierarchy is changing, right? It seems like Not only is it like a good thing for Black Adam, but that's also what's happening at WB. Let me know your thoughts down below. Are you excited for these new changes? What do you want to see from this new WB, this new DC Studios? Do you have any thoughts of who could lead DC Studios? Let me know down below your thoughts. I'm your girl, Ashley, aka ThaWidow. Until next time, I'm out of here. Bye.